The overall commander of Congo's M23 rebels, Sultani Makan, on Monday met Uganda's army chief for urgent talks ahead of a deadline requiring the rebels to withdraw from the mineral trading hub of Goma, which they seized last week, drawing international condemnation. Uganda's Chief of Defense Forces, General Nyakamana, is heading the regional initiative to ensure that the so-called M23 rebels abide by the ultimatum issued by regional leaders over the weekend asking the rebels to withdraw from city by midnight, according to Uganda's army spokesman, Col. Felix Kulayajai. If the deadline passes before the rebels withdraw, it will be up to the regional leaders to pass another resolution, Col. Kulayajai said, adding that General Nyakamana is doing his part to ensure that the rebels abide by the ultimatum. Rebel spokesman Amani Kabsha said that Mr. Makinga, who is facing United Nations sanctions over the recent violence in eastern Congo, is also scheduled to meet Rwandan military chiefs in Kampala. Mr. Kabsha said that Mr. Makinga was expected to discuss with the Ugandan army chief a strategy to withdraw from Goma as well as the implementation of a peace roadmap proposed by regional heads of state over the weekend. Col. Kulayajai declined to delve into details of the meeting. The Rwandan military spokesman could not be reached for an immediate comment. Mr. Kabsha suggested that the rebels should not be bulldozed into a hasty withdrawal from Goma before direct negotiations start. Our position is that the withdrawal should come once direct talks with government have started. We are waiting for further orders, Mr. Kabsha said. Congo's President Joseph Kabila held closed-door talks the M23 political leader, Jean-Marie Runyiga, over the weekend in Kampala, the first time since the insurrection erupted in April, marking a major turnabout from his previous position and raising hopes of a negotiated end to the conflict. The front line has been quiet since Friday after days of fierce fighting saw the rebels make major inroads against the U.N.backed government troops. However, the M23 warned the government on Monday against a possible counterattack. FARDC The Congolese army has been reinforcing positions. Troop carriers and jets have been ferrying weapons to South Kivu. We are ready to defend our positions, Mr. Kabsha said. Congo's newly appointed military chief, General François Olenga, traveled to the war zone over the weekend, where he has been meeting troops. According to Lambert Mem, Congo's information minister, the restoration of state authority in rebel-controlled regions remains the priority of the armed forces. Mr. Mend insisted that government would only start talks with M23 after they have withdrawn from Goma. Leaders from Africa's Great Lakes region met in Kampala Saturday proposed to deploy neutral troops in Goma when the rebels withdraw. A composite force of one company around 150 troops of a neutral international force, one company of Congolese troops and one company of M23 is expected to be deployed at Goma Airport, the leaders said in a joint communiqué. The security arrangements are supposed to be supervised by military chiefs of Uganda, Rwanda and Congo. Rwanda and Uganda stand accused of aiding the M23 rebels, a charge denied by both. The leaders asked the rebels to withdraw from current positions to the best ground of tactical importance, not less than 20 kilometers north of Goma, the provincial capital of North Kivu.